question was, how do I envision using iPads in the elementary school? I'm going to give you the Cadillac plan and the Toyota plan, okay? The Cadillac plan is to get wireless in the entire district. Now, we're just finishing that up in our district in Hasbrouck Heights. We have about 300 kids less than yours, so we're pretty close in size. That cost about $100,000 to do it the right way. Because if you know a little bit about this stuff, when you're streaming things and you have all these users on there and their profiles, if you're just using one of those Linksys things that you can buy in Best Buy for $80, it doesn't work right and you have too many problems. So you really need to do it right. So the Cadillac would be to do that. I don't think that that's something that's going to happen right away. The Toyota version would be, and I'm talking about the wireless first because if you have an iPad without the wireless, you basically have a $500 thing that you can't do anything with. Because if you don't have the wireless, there's nothing you can do. So I could envision some kind of pilot program, maybe one at each level, maybe one in the elementary, one in the middle, one in the high. One of the things we did, it's not in elementary, but it's in 8th grade, was we took our honors 8th grade algebra, and they don't have a textbook. They only use an iPad. It's called a Fuse system. So that's something that you can explore. I think that's a great way to start something without a huge expense, but something you can start seeing how it's going to work. You can work out the kinks. When you try to do it all at once, it's too many problems. So that's one thing. Have you ever looked at some of the apps on the iPad? Like, for example, I have my son on something called Teach Me First Grade. It's an amazing app. If you have a first grader, write that down. Teach Me First Grade. Just go on the App Store and search for Teach Me First Grade. There's a handwriting component to it. There's adding. There's reading. It's an amazing program. And the best part of it for him is he's in first grade, and his name's Anthony, and he's always, Dad, look at this. And he gets to build his own aquarium inside the thing. So if he earns coins, you earn these coins if you get them right. Then you take the coins and you go buy a fish. And then if you don't get some food for the fish, they start to die. So you got to go do more so that you can get more fish. And then you buy more fish, and you buy the plants that go in there, and he's all into it. So there's programs like that. As a matter of fact, my wife's district, Chatham, they didn't yet go to the iPad. She takes my iPad to work all the time, and the other day she left it there, so I wasn't even happy about that. But she takes it there. She has her kids. She teaches ESL, and she has the kids working on, for ESL, it's an amazing tool too. And if you know a little bit about an iPad, you know about smartboards? A smartboard is about $4,000 for the setup. You can buy one iPad and one nice networked LED TV total for about $2,000. So instead of $4,000, it's $2,000. And what you do is you basically have a smartboard that you pass around, or you put on a podium like this if the kids are too little and you're afraid they're going to drop it. So in other words, say I have an iPad right here on this podium. You put up the problem, the kid walks up here, he can write his name, he can write whatever the answer is right on it with his finger. And it shows up on the LED TV. And the reason why I say a networked LED TV, because now you can show like a school-wide whatever you want to do. So for the extra few dollars to get the networked one, it would make sense. Not only that, there's an app on the iPad now that allows you to communicate wirelessly with that networked computer, networked TV. So now you don't even have a wire, so you can pass it around to the kids. It's basically going to shut down smartboards eventually because it's going to take over everything. It's really going to happen. I mean, I said this in my presentation, and I said right now there's 600 schools in the America using iPads exclusively for at least one class in their building. We're one of the 600. I said by next year I'll bet you that's 6,000 schools. So I think it's going to happen. It's going to be all over the place. Elmwood Park went to like all 5th and 6th graders only iPads. You know, and I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to push that. But I think slowly, maybe starting with a class. I know that you hit on something I'm real excited about. If you haven't noticed, sorry about that.